Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for clicking on the video and thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. I'll connect here and we'll see what comes through. So I'm looking into Al's eyes. I think something like this came through before. It's not blinking. It's looking deep inside of me. But I am as well. It just flew off to the left. Follow me. Which I am now. Kind of went through like a tight rock formation with a stream, and then we went down into the ground, into darkness, almost like a cave. Feeling like a thread being pulled out of my head here. It was almost like a fuse then. It burnt up. You are free now. Getting underworld tones here of also kind of being like tethered to someone and entering into a rebirth, a different experience here without this energy being tethered to us. This could have been something from past life, ancestry, an energy that has kind of been with us for our life here. The High Priestess, intuition. This could also be our gifts coming online more. We've healed something enough, something we carried for so long, and a lot of times we can then embody a more powerful gift or ability that we've done the work, if you will. It's trust. It's a thing of trust. Using it non-maliciously came through. Because when you think about it, like I just made a message on, excuse me, like an empath, and everybody thinks they have empathy. Well, in psychic empath, yeah, we can feel all these energies and intuition and stuff, and we could use that all for personal gain. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. We could use that all for personal gain. And I think that's, and then kind of what came through is some folks that we may think have more, they categorize it as a negative personality type, very toxic, abusive, manipulative, gaslighting type behavior. And what kind of came through is they probably have the same ability to an extent, but they have no empathy. So they're using it all for personal gain. Our next card that came out is Eight of Pentacles, Diligence. It's really looking at the healing journey, which we'll always be in, but diligently working towards clearing all that, and not just making it go away, pushing it under the rug, finding out the cause, and really working through it and transmuting it. And that's not an easy process. but you have to stick with it if you want to get to the other side. What else do we have here, Spirit? Release. Release. And there it is. Release. Six of Cups reversed. Releasing things. Everything that, sure, we can look at it in a general sense, like I have to release all this trauma, all these things that I carried for so long. But what's coming to mind, and I know I've said this a few times, is releasing the drive to keep trying to push everything out of the way. You know, if we get stuck in this cycle of very, I don't know why the toxic healing came through, but that we're focusing so much on ripping and tearing everything to get to this place, we may already be there and we've missed it. Not like it's gone, but we missed that we're there. And taking a chance to look back and really, I don't know why the word categorizing, but identifying everything that we've come from, or we've moved forward from, we've healed from, to see where we're at now at this point. Instead of just seeing what else needs to go, see what has come. Have fun again. It's okay to be yourself now. Seven of Swords reversed. Consequences. When we, like the cause and effect to everything. What has come from this? Just like a very basic analogy is people going through difficult relationships, difficult situations, and it's very painful, and we can dwell on that. But what came from it? What did we learn from it? Let's say we were in a toxic relationship, and we found out, you know, we got to a place where we saw how much we were neglected and manipulated, and we fell for all these tactics, and they triggered all of our wounds really well. And we got out of that because we finally saw it. And we saw not just the behavior of the other person, but our wounds, what they were doing. And in return, we built boundaries. We built self-respect. Maybe we worked on our self-image and our self-esteem through all that. Let's say we went through a trying time financially and we lost a lot of things, or we really struggled to make ends meet. And during that, we gained an enormous amount of strength, hope, and faith within ourselves, and patience, as well as, you know, spirit, God, divine, the universe, however you want to turn it. But during that process, maybe we learned how much things we actually don't need to survive. Like we don't need all of these white picket fence kind of analogies that society pushes to keep the economy running. And we came into a more minimalist experience to say, you know what, I don't need all this stuff. And then, you know, through all that, you're like, okay, well, I don't need as much money. Now I don't have to be stressed out with a shittier job to try to fill this huge house that I don't need. You know, these are just analogies. What else do we have here, Spirit? There's always something more to the pain. The Moon reversed. Suppression. Suppressing things. Most people are going to suppress all of our negativity, all of our trauma, and push it under the rug and pretend it doesn't exist. And we're just going to go through the motions with distractions, whatever that may look like. People, places, or things. We all do it to one extent. And I'll say this, I just said it in another video. I notice a lot in the grocery store when people get uncomfortable, or they're, I'll just say uncomfortable. However that looks. We had a weird thought. Somebody in public, they reach for their phone, and there's probably nothing on it, but it's a way to distract us, to change our thinking, to change our experience. It's this crutch, it's this safety device. A long time ago, when I started this journey, like I caught myself doing this. I'd be driving, and sure, I'm just listening to music, but I'm also thinking all the time, and I can't always turn that off. And say I'd have a thought, and I caught myself, I would reach for my phone just to look at it, and then I said, why am I doing this? And this is where that thing, I started paying attention to seeing everybody doing such a thing. No different than if we're lonely or we're sad or we're angry. What are we doing to suppress this feeling that needs to come, that's hidden, that needs to be analyzed, transmuted, and released? What else do we have here, Spirit? One card, Spirit. Three of Wands, expansion. Of course we're expanding. We're seeing things differently. We're seeing them for what they are. And this is going to change a lot of our life when we get to this place, if we're not already there. Just seeing things completely differently, and it may get to a point that it's going to be difficult to have conversations that you want to have with people because they're not going to be on that same frequency, and it may be a little lonely during that point, and we may want to go back to older ways, because we had camaraderie or relationships that fulfilled a codependency of interaction, or someone to lean on. And that is a trying time. But during this time, you're also molding yourself much more and becoming fully self-dependent and self-sufficient in a way, not that you're rejecting everything or you don't want that, but you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need this external to fulfill you, to make you feel whole. And by doing so, this amount of healing, if you actually do pursue a relationship in the future, it's going to be so true because we're not dependent on that person to provide for us any of these things. And I'm not just talking about material, but this love, this compassion, any of these things. And that relationship will be a true relationship because at that time we can only vibrationally match with someone that would be in the same place. I think I'll leave it there. Congratulations. I wish you all the best. If this resonated at all, feel free to like, comment, share, or subscribe. And I will talk to you all later.